All right. Thank you, Best Life. Let's start that over. Apologize for slacking the way I have been. Um, my intentions are honorable, folks, I promise. But there's just a lot of stuff going on in my life and the wonderful world of YouTube. And, uh, there's a lot of times other people that are on, and I'd rather hear them talk than for me to talk. And I have learned why my wife used to love soap operas so much. So there's I guess I won't get into that too much, but hey, welcome back, Facebook, or welcome myself back to Facebook. Hey, Virginia, Tony Smith, my brother, Silver Girl. But yeah, man, I did that my very first live. I talked a full 5 minutes and nobody heard a word. So, Chuck, good to see you. Yeah, anyway, my Facebook friends, I'm happy to be back. I was on a 60-day ban from doing lives, 60 days in the hole. Can't even remember what I did now. They went back to 2018 and nailed me. So I'm glad to be back with you folks and everybody on Facebook. You're the locals and family and friends that I really know. I wish you all would work your way over to the YouTube channel. It's Truth with Tom, and it's not quite as hard to find as it used to be. Type it in the search, and sometimes it'll pop right up. And subscribe to the channel and click that little bell and tell them you want to hear all the notifications. And come see me over here. It'll be better because me and Facebook fixing to part company anyway. But hi, Jewel. Welcome, Tina. Good to have you, Michigan girl. Good to see you. It's been a while. Um, Man, I wanted to get on here. Our primary elections were 2 weeks ago, and I've been mad about it ever since. And I want to talk West Virginia and Pendleton County, particularly. What in the world is wrong with y'all? Pendleton County, and that's my home county, less than 11% of registered voters showed up to vote. What's going on with y'all? Do you not care? Have you given up? Um, I understand you figure it's already decided anyway, but at this time in particular, we got to make our voices heard. And even if you know the outcome, my goodness, it should have been half the registered voters. And what really gets to me, and I wish I knew the figures, but the number of registered voters compared to the population of this little county is probably minuscule. And if less than 11% of registered voters showed up, what did 3-4% of the county showed up? You guys gotta, man. Now I did hear an election official say that November they expect, I forget the word she used, but it's going to be rocking. And I do hope so, and I'll be working harder to get people out to do that. But listen, West Virginia is probably going to go red. That's not the point. The point is you're suffering. You should be pissed. So get out there and make some noise. Make your voice heard. There, send a message, and the message comes in the numbers that are telling the message, that are bringing the message. We got to let these people know we're fed up and we're tired of the shit, and we're not going to take it anymore. Gasoline is now official double what it was here in my neighborhood when that fool took office. So you're spending twice on gasoline. Of course, they're going to tell you to buy an electric car, and why don't the homeless just go buy houses? That's the attitude. Um, we've got to let these people know that we're tired of this shit. Food prices through the roof. Usually, my wife goes to the store and kind of hides the bill, and I don't see it until I look at the bank statement, and by then, it's too late to say anything about it. JH, good to see you. Garrett, food's going nuts. And I went in there myself last week, and I can't believe steaks that might have cost us $30, $75. And I said, no, we just pass up on that this time. We can't do that. Can't do that at all. Yeah, Garrett, you're right. So anyway, it's gotten ridiculous. And now here last week, the second shipload of imported baby formula finally made it to America. Imported baby food. I think it was James Madison that said that any country that's going to survive has to be self-sufficient. We can't, and we've known this for years, that we can't be counting on these foreign countries to supply us with what we need. And the sick thing is, we're perfectly capable of supplying it ourselves. There's nothing stopping us. One baby food factory gets shut down because of some health violation. And number one, why in the hell wasn't the violation immediately corrected? Number two, why is there only one factory that the whole country's counting on? Yeah, Chuck, we got to be able to. Yeah, Virginia, I know that, but if you got to have formula, you got to have formula. So this is no accident. This is not incompetence. This is evil, and it's got to be fought. It's got to be fought. I'll go back to this. Bought a new freezer in January, and it came with a little basket that runs across the top of it from front to back. And I thought, it'd be real handy to have 2 more of those. Ordered them in February. Don't have them yet. And they've even quit sending me emails to tell me they're delayed. So I don't know whether, they've forgotten about it. By now I've lost the order and the order number. So, we may have to just give up on that deal. But I don't know. Y'all got to you got to get to the polls. You got to take people with you. And I guess most of the primaries are over. Congratulations to Herschel Walker. He won his bid to run for Senate in November down in Georgia. So, shit, no, Chuck, I ain't heard a word from him. Yeah, I knew you'd remember that, man. Yeah, so I don't know how many states are still having primaries, but get involved in it. We got to get involved. That politics is ruining our life. We've got to get involved in politics. Study your people. I just did research on a guy. Some dude showed up at my door. Most of you know about my flag out on the front porch, and this guy knocked on the door and gave me a flyer. He said the only reason I stopped was because I saw your flag and I'd like you to support this guy. And I said, I'll look him over. And he goes to his car and he drags this yard sign out. And I said, wait a minute, buddy. I said I'd consider supporting your man after I study him a little bit, but I'm not committing to any yard sign. So just, save that for somebody else. Guardian Prepper, good morning. But yeah, we got to get involved. And this dude, I had a chance to check him out. I believe I'll be supporting him. He's a young guy. Robert, it's depressing, man. What are these people thinking about? They ain't that busy. Most of us are retired. You can't get to the polls. It was a 3-minute drive for me. Me and my wife were the only people in the room that voted. Of course, the other thing they did, they've moved in electronic voting machines, and I said, no, thanks. I'll take a paper ballot. You can't have a paper ballot. There are no paper ballots. So now they split us up. Wife's in one corner of the damn room. I'm in the other one. So now we can't even collaborate on the vote. It used to be we could sit down together like taking a test in high school cheat off each other. But so I don't know. I told her, when fall comes, the local newspaper has a sample ballot, and we got to sit down with those sample ballots and fill them out and take them with us, because if they separate us, we can't be voting against each other. But I think that's part of the plan. So couples don't know what each other's doing. We got to start talking to each other about this stuff before the elections come. Yeah, you can get me wound up on this. So anyway, today, of course, in the news, some son of a bitch went to a school in Texas and killed 20 kids and 2 teachers. And I don't even know how many other people are hurt. But this is tearing me up, man. 20 families have to plan funerals for their kids, little kids, 1st, 2nd, 3rd graders, 6 to 9 years old. And I don't know whether you've ever planned a funeral for your child. I have. I hope you never do. It's the most fucked up thing you're ever going to go through. And these poor folks, 20 families in the one town, and somebody made the statement on the news, well, this town will never be the same again. Well, no shit, Sherlock. This is something that the people in that town are going to be talking about 50, 60, 70 years from now. Because there will people that lost classmates today that'll live that long. And what a terrible, I can't describe it. A terrible's not the word. It just destroyed me, and it kept getting worse and worse and worse. First thing I heard was at least 10, and then it went to 12, then 18, then 20. And of course, the 2 teachers, and people are going to say, well, this is just a distraction. Well, bullshit. It probably is a distraction, but 20 children are dead. And that's what we need to focus on. I'm tired of being nice. I really am. Of course, now they're talking about the mental illness. This dude's mentally ill. What was he doing loose? I understand being kind to people. I understand trying to take care of people. If you're mentally ill enough that you're going to turn around and do something like that, lock their asses up. And if they succeed in doing something like this, of course, this guy's dead. Thank God. They didn't even have enough cops to come in and respond to this shooting. It was Border Patrol agents ended up taking him out. They either lock him up or put him down. Damn it! That's just the way it's got to be. This nice, it's turning into bullshit. We need armed guards in every school, and I don't care who it makes nervous, who's afraid of guns. Well, they were afraid of that gun today, and an armed guard could have prevented a lot of death, a hell of a lot of death. I'm just tired of it. There's a link up there if anybody wants to join me. I don't know. I get sick of hearing about this. We got to come together. We got to come together. We are divided. We're going to stay divided. And you got to figure out which side of the line you on, because the guy on the other side of the line's an enemy. And enough time has passed that we got to start putting our enemies down instead of trying to get along with them, because they're not going to see the light. And I used to be a nicer guy than this, but I'm sick of this shit. And all you hear is excuses, or let's get along. What the hell with getting along? If you're going to destroy the country, we don't need you. Chuck, good morning, sir.
Hey, man.
How you doing tonight?
Pretty good. It's just that shit's eating me up. I got 3 grandbabies I never get to see, and some dumbass out there to be some piece of shit that pulls that.
Is that kind of in your neighborhood?
It's way south of me. I'm on East Texas. So I'm right on the I-20 corridor. It's down there by Bonnie though.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
This is like due west of San Antonio. Not
All
very
right.
far.
I wasn't sure where this town was. I can't even remember the name of the town right now.
Yeah,
Brogan, we got to start standing up to it, man. You take so much and you try to get along so much, and then you've got to realize that no, these people don't want to get along. They want to crush us, and we can't let that happen. I'm sorry, Chuck. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
you weren't. But I wholeheartedly believe an armed society creates a polite society.
Exactly.
I think they need to give the retired military jobs. They probably do it for free, but they can put 2 of them in each school and have it one way in and one way out, and that'd solve a lot of this.
Absolutely. And they're already trained. That was another thing. I'm trying to listen to these comments on the news, and oh well, they have to be so thoroughly trained, and it's a slippery slope. Man, you got retired cops, you got retired military. Uh, this is not a problem. And like you said, a lot of them would probably volunteer to do it, especially grandfathers that had kids in the school.
Yep.
They can't be allowed to take that first step, man. They got to be put out of the way before they get a chance to do any damage.
99% of these schools don't even allow you to have a gun in your vehicle on the premises.
Oh yeah.
That's just crazy. So you couldn't even stop. I'm not going to jump out. I'd probably myself would, but most people wouldn't jump out there and try to confront somebody with a gun if they can't have it. But if I had to, I'd drive my truck over them.
Well, out here in the state, they changed the law. They had strictly, you can't have a firearm on school property under any circumstances. And then I guess they kind of grew a brain, and yeah, if you're dropping your kids off at school and you're not going to get out of the car with the firearm, then you can have it. But that's just recent. Mr. Guardian, how you doing tonight? Moose Man, sir, I haven't seen you for ages. I hope you're doing well.
Hey, yeah. Yeah, gun free, that just invites idiots.
They have the sign, this is a gun-free zone, which means target-rich environment. What they should have on those signs is teachers and other employees at this school are armed and will react with deadly force if you attempt to hurt anybody on this property.
Whether they are or aren't, they still shouldn't advertise the fact that they're not. That's like if you take an apple cart, fill it full of apples, put it out by the road and at the end of your driveway. If you don't put free apples on it, they'll still disappear.
Sure. I was teasing a neighbor. He had a couch out there at the end of his driveway, and the sign said "free" on it, and it stayed there and stayed there and stayed there. And I told him, man, put a sign on there that says $25. It'll be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
So.
You better just put pending pickup on it, they'll take it.
And of course, I don't know, and I'll be called racist, and I don't care, but the dude's last name makes me want to know how in the hell did he get in this country. And this is another problem we're facing. They said 250,000 of those people last month came through here. And Americans dropping dead left and right from fentanyl overdoses, that's what they're bringing with them.
Yeah, when they tried to say it wasn't that many in here, it's somewhere guesstimated between 30 and 100 million.
Yeah.
The officials way undercut, like 100%. Or
And then, of course, they have that Title 42 that they're fixing to undo, which wasn't doing really anything too much more than just slowing it down a little bit. But some judge, they tried to overturn it, and then some higher judge said, no, that's got to stay in place. Or maybe the lower judge said it had to stay in place. And now the Biden administration's appealing that. No, we want these people to come in. That's what they're saying. Top spin, howdy, howdy. I don't know, Guardian came in and then just...
I didn't think that the federal could get involved in the state's judgment of what they do on their border.
I guess the fact that it's a border truck, I really don't know.
But the thing is, too, they can say, this is not a highway or a public crossing. This is my yard. That's their yard. We want it.
Well, Chuck, if we'd started shooting at them 30 years ago, they'd have the message by now, you know. Yeah. I think private landowners have that right. BB, welcome. Good to see you, sir.
All I can say is I live down there. I'd have fertile soil.
Yeah. I'm at the point where I wish somebody would sneak in and dump a bucket full of piranhas in the Rio Grande and let them breed.
Yeah.
Be better than a fence.
Hey, BB.
And I naturally called BB sir, and I have no idea. So if I messed that up, BB, my apologies.
I think BB's a truck driver. Him.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
That doesn't tell me man or woman either.
Yeah, like that old video. Tell them Marge sent you.
So did you do anything special today, Chuck? It rained here all day, so I didn't.
Not really. I was going to go out there a couple times. Every time I go out there, it's either drizzling or look like it's fixing to come down. Bonnie got hit by that storm pretty hard earlier. I don't know if it's here yet or not. I ain't heard it. Usually I can hear it.
I saw pictures of a major tornado somewhere in Texas. Yesterday that was. Not today, yesterday, but Monday.
That big front coming across Texas, it'll be here in 30 minutes. And then when it gets here, it'll be from here to Dallas wide. And it runs all the way to the border up to the middle of Oklahoma. And I'm right on the line of Louisiana and Texas. So I'm 200 and some miles from Dallas, probably. So it's probably 200, 250 miles across and probably 700 or 800 miles long.
Okay. Are you fairly close to Shreveport?
Yeah, I'm right in there. My wife works at Shreveport Walmart.
All right.
I can be there in 15 minutes, 12 minutes, 10 minutes the way I drive.
Good morning, Ron. Where are you?
Good morning, Chuck. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Guardian. I am in Chi-Town.
Chicago.
Yes, sir.
All
Chicago.
Right.
Remember, Ron, it's gun safe zone.
Yes, sir. You are actually overlooking the airport right now. That is all the airport.
Oh, wow.
That's in front of me. So.
I imagine your gun keeps you safe in your zone too, don't it?
Oh yeah, in my back pocket. Hope ain't no Chicago PDs watching this.
That's what it's for, snakes.
Right? Oh, thank God there's a YouTube delay of about 2 seconds.
We can blip that out.
Oh.
Silver Girl says hi to you, Ron. I know you can't read while you're driving.
Yeah, I can't read chat. Hello, Silver Girl.
Hey, bug out.
Bug out, baby. It is cold, man. It is cold. It is flat out cold up here. Well, thermometer says 59 degrees, but I'm telling you, it's colder than that. The security guy up here had his big heavy coat on, so if that tells you anything.
Yeah.
It's chilly.
Well, a little humidity and wind, and the thermometers are damn liar.
Yeah, I was regretting wearing shorts and a t-shirt and no hat. I do know that.
I guarantee.
Yeah, probably 59 feels like 30, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cold. Especially now, just freshly shaved my head and shaved my face and all that. So,
Ah,
yeah. Left the goatees all I left, but man, it's cold up here.
but you're not staying. What, are you going to just drop something off and then turn around and go back down south?
Yeah, I'm going back south now.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting out of here.
Getting out of there. All right.
I'm scared to shave my face. I'm afraid I'd have more chins than a Chinese phone book.
Yeah, if I did mine, my wife would see all these wrinkles, and I don't know what might happen. So.
Hey, you never know. You shave it off, she might come run and jump in your arms and say, "Damn, hurry up, my husband will be back."
Yeah, that's right. Come on, stranger.
Yeah, last time I shaved mine off, my boy was 3 and he's fixing to be 16. I shaved it off on accident. Somebody opened the bathroom and hit me in the elbow while I was running clippers over, and I cut it down the middle about all the way to the skin. And I was like, okay, I'm committed now.
Well, that's kind of where I was at. I was getting to where the hairs around the corner of my mouth was starting to aggravate me, and I started trimming them. And I trimmed them a little too short, and I was like, man, I guess I'll have to trim my mustache, even everything out.
Yeah.
So I thinned it down, the mustache, and then I thought, well, that looks kind of dumb with hair all over my face, and my mustache is real short. So I decided to even it all up and just did away with the hair on the cheeks and left the goatee. And I thought, well, I guess it'll be all right.
It'll grow back.
Oh, yeah.
I don't worry about mistakes like that. Hell, 2 weeks, you won't be able to see it anyway, so. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I have shaved
No.
since 1992, man.
Well, I'm single and I'm still not trying to impress anybody.
I hear you.
Yeah, when I did that, I did shave all that off. My youngest was 3. I come out of the bathroom and he was running through the hallway. He did a dead stop and looked at me. I reached down and picked him up, and you'd think somebody grabbed him by his butt or something. He freaked out. He just screamed, and my wife come running, and he was crying and reaching forward, and he didn't know who I was.
Wow. That's amazing. Good morning, neighbor Moonchild.
Hey, Moonjow.
Hey,
Did that hurt your feelings, Chuck?
a little bit. He was like, I was his Superman back then. I was telling him that the other day, and he don't remember none of that stuff.
Would you say he's 16 now?
Yeah, he's fixing to be. He's at the age that we ain't nobody no more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're certainly not Superman now.
My wife's got pictures and videos off the phone she took. He was probably 4 or 5, and I was putting together a 80 model Chevrolet truck with the LS engine and stuff in it. She pulled over there while I was working on it. I was up underneath it working. He come running over there and crawled up underneath it, laying on me while I was working on it. I'd reach for a wrench, and he'd jump off me and go grab all my wrenches and hand them over.
Great help. Great help.
But hell, he was little. He was like 2. I gave him a couple screwdrivers and a couple computer parts because I was working on another computer. Every time I'd sit over and start to work on something, he'd go grab this screwdriver and start taking screws out of stuff.
Hey, man, that's how they learn. They need that stimulation.
Yep.
I got mine Got mine when I was a kid.
Yeah,
You get them in the pickup trucks, you buy them one when they're young, they'll be too broke to go out drinking and stuff because they're wanting to buy stuff for their truck.
that's for sure. That's for sure.
Well, my dad messed up when I used to collect Hot Wheels when I was just a little young kid. And he messed up when he bought me that tow truck. Then I
know
had to
what
have
you
something.
did.
Then I had to have something to tow, you know.
So you took a hammer and
Oh,
started
yeah.
wrecking hot. My son did the exact same thing, man.
And to this day, I cry about it. I'm like, man, if I had them Hot Wheels today, I wouldn't have to be out here working.
Oh, I was so irritated. Yeah, he had to have wrecked cars. Of course, they were already wrecked before I had a chance to stop him.
Yep.
Good morning, Summer. Good to see you.
Hey,
Hey,
Summer.
Summer. I think I seen Virginia in here before I got on.
Virginia's here.
Miss Roots.
Welcome to come up if she's got something to say.
Yeah. She was making, what the heck did she make last night or this morning? Peanut butter cookies.
Oh, I didn't know she was making anything.
Oh, she made something on Rescue's channel.
Oh, okay.
I was kind of watching while I was coming through the front door of the house.
Virginia said, "Good to see you, Ron."
Yeah. Good to see everybody. I kind of like this community much better than most other communities, I should say. You know, I mean, with this community and rescues and Zacks and Hawks, pretty much that's about the best communities you could ask for.
They have good channels, definitely. Definitely.
Mhm.
A master baker, okay.
The master baker.
You know, it's weird. I like peanut butter and I like Reese cups and stuff like that, but peanut butter cookies or anything with peanut butter cooked into it, you
Don't
can
care
have
for
that.
it?
I don't care for it at all.
Huh.
To me, it's like you're eating something with sand in it almost.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It just the taste changes and it's just to me not good. And nobody can understand that.
You know, some hot oatmeal cookies or some hot chocolate chip cookies about the best you can do.
Can't beat it. Now I tell you something else she's gotten into. She'll go buy butterscotch chips. Now those are some good cookies.
I don't know if I ever had them.
Oh man, it's just like a plain sugar cookie with butterscotch chips, just like chocolate chips. And now I can eat me some of them.
I never was much of a sugar fan, really, but I eat cookies. I gotta have Oreos.
Used to love Oreos.
I like
Yeah.
the chocolate chip cookies fresh out of the oven. I get stupid when they were hot.
Yeah.
That or
Especially-
buttermilk pie or sweet potato pie.
They're good if they're soft.
Yeah. Yeah, my teeth won't take a real crunchy cookie anymore. Gotta be
I was,
careful.
on, I was on pain pills for 8 years, and they pretty much half my teeth just broke all to pieces from them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my dumb ass took acid when I was a kid, and so I literally don't have a tooth in my head right now.
I didn't know acid did that to your teeth.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yep.
my doctor told me about them Vortex. He had 8 years of them. He goes, you know, these are going to wreck your teeth. He goes, you're going to end up with hollow teeth, and they're just going to start breaking up. And they did.
Huh.
Yeah. I gotta say, that was the best thing I did. Though was I had my teeth pulled.
Oh,
I had 23 of them pulled out at one time.
oh man, what an ordeal.
Oh yeah.
Good
That's-
morning, Mayor.
That's one of the best things I ever did too.
Did you replace them with implants or
Oh well, I replaced them with dentures.
dentures?
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, I had that happen. I think I had them all pulled in like May, and then by November is when I was going for my permanent dentures, and I waited until January to go get them. So I was like, I'll just give it a couple more months, make sure everything's healed up good,
Okay.
just to be on the safe side.
Just this past January?
No. It's
Oh,
been
okay.
been several years ago actually.
All right.
But yeah, it's probably been 10 years or 12. But yeah, it was the best thing I've ever done. I haven't been to the dentist since.
Well, why?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You probably did a good way doing it. There, 'cause I know a lot of people do. They keep having bone slivers work their way out and all that. And I'm like, yeah, probably because you put them in there too quick. It's probably your damn jawbone slivering up because they're not healed right. You got a tooth on there breaking everything, or a plate up there breaking everything up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Guardian, we never heard a word and it showed that you were muted. So if you want to try it again,
and then you know how they got them, I don't know what they call them teeth they drill into your bones and put
Yeah.
in one at a time or whatever.
right.
Yeah, I thought about that, and I was going to do that, and I thought, that would be kind of dumb because you ever wreck a motorcycle or get in a fist fight or anything, and you're going to be right back in the same boat. Not only that, but it's going to break your jawbone.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
So
Right.
I decided against it and just went with the dentures.
Moose Man was talking about boiled peanuts. I hate to change the subject. I love me some boiled peanuts. Moose, there's an outfit in Charleston, South Carolina. They call themselves the Happy Chicks. Just remember hippie chicks. And they send the best boiled peanuts through the mail that I've ever eaten.
Hmm.
They're vacuum packed. They come in 2-pound packages. And I'll get a box of them and throw them in the freezer and just, take a package out. And it don't take me long to eat 2 pounds of boiled peanuts.
I've never had them eat the whole thing or just peanut out of it.
Oh no, just the nut out of them. It's a good change from regular peanuts. Then you eat them for a while, and then regular salted roasted peanuts, they're real good again too. Oh, is that right, Bug Out? Now I understand why I love them so much. $12,000 for oral surgery. Good golly.
Shoo. Yeah, see,
I think I would be
that's-
told you're not worth $12,000. Dumb it.
Yeah, it'd be way cheaper. Just go ahead and get dentures.
Yeah, I'd
Hey,
say.
Guardian,
You're back, Guardian.
Hey, Guardian.
Not hearing you, brother.
No
Now
audio.
check your StreamYard chat settings for your mic. It might be on like OBS or something.
We'll wait. Take your time, man.
Yeah, we ain't going nowhere. Well, actually, I am, but
You're the only one going somewhere.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron was on Rescues here a while back, and I was like, every time I look at his screen, I was like, damn, is he ever going to make it to that building? End up being the reflection of his cell phone facing away. I thought he was coming up on the building. He never got there. I think you remember that, Ron, when I asked you that.
Yeah.
Like, how far away is that damn building from you?
It's kind of different on screen. Everything, I don't know, looks different. Of course, it really looks different to you guys because it's bouncing around and jiggling and
It's
Not
really
bad as that
fairly
road you
stable.
on the other day.
Yeah,
Tom, he
this
was on the
mountain.
road the other day. His phone looked like he was running across railroad tracks. It was just steadily just.
Yeah, it's about the way it is now.
Good morning, Crystal.
If I hold it like this, it gets better, but
Hey,
Oh, I
progressive.
got you, Silver Girl. You know, the dentist told me that I'm starting to lose jawbone too, and I don't know, man. $12,000, but a man's got to eat. How did you do without dentures for 6 months, though, Ron?
um, actually, the day that I had them pulled, they put in temporaries.
Oh, okay.
So I had dentures literally when I left the office.
And they
I
fit
know.
okay?
Yeah, I mean, it felt weird,
Yeah.
but I mean, it took a little getting used to, but I was able to get used to it. Basically, until all the stitches and stuff healed up, you know, it was a little rough at times,
I
but
can imagine.
yeah, and then chips of bone, you know, poke through your gums or whatever every now and then. You got to
Oh,
reach in there with tweezers and pull them out.
man.
So I mean, it's not easy, but man, it's the best thing I've ever done. I swear it is. It really is.
Ron, years ago, my wife had all of her lowers done. No, it was all of her upper. And she got bad calcium deficiency with the kids. Every time they had it, made them worse and worse. And after 4 kids, it finally just like, nope. But anyway, she got all of her top full, and she gets home. She goes, I got teeth finally. And she smiled at me. She looked like she just bit somebody's throat out. Blood coming out from her. I said, you want me to get you some ice cream? She goes, hell no, I want a steak. And she just
Yeah.
smiled at me again. And I'm like, okay, ma'am, I'll go get you a steak.
Whatever you want.
You know, it's funny. The day I left the dentist office, I was married at the time. And my wife said, well, I guess we're going home. I said, no, I'm hungry. She's like, what? I said, yeah, I want to go across the street here and get some White Castles. She's
White
like,
Castle.
you just left the dentist office. You're not eating White Castles. I said, no, you're right, but I will have some cheese sticks.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I literally ate cheese sticks on the way home from the dentist.
She ate that damn steak. She was eating a steak 45 minutes after she got home from the dentist. She
Yeah.
bitched about a little bit. It hurt. But she goes, I can chew it. She goes, I'll deal with it.
Yeah, that's one way to learn, though.
All right, let's
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead and do it.
Is it working now?
It's
Yep.
working great now.
I'm sorry about that. I just unplugged
There
the
you go.
webcam and put it back in. The only thing I was going to add, because I was sitting and loving the conversation, I was going to add, and I was going to agree with Chuck and say that yes, crunchy peanut butter sometimes does taste like I'm eating sand. I'll agree with you 100% on that. Other than that, I was just listening in and enjoying the conversation. So yeah, just there we go. It's not some great epiphany or something. It's just that yes, crunchy peanut butter does taste like sand.
I never did care for the crunchy, and I don't know why. But
Yeah.
It's like it's got broken up cookies in it to me.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
yeah, that's rather interesting. But for the most part, peanut butter is so good, right? Like, even though if you're on a diet at the moment, like peanut butter is just generally really good for just the protein intake as well. And then it's pretty
absolutely.
nutritious too.
I
Absolutely.
got spoiled on honey peanut butter somebody brought in here. Now I don't like none of it but honey peanut butter.
Honey peanut butter. That's interesting.
Sounds good.
Literally mixed in.
Yeah, I think it's Peter Pan or something that's got the honey. And then they make a cashew butter, which is like, but it's like $6 or $8 for a small jar of it.
Oh wow.
But it's like somebody chewed up cashews and spit them in your mouth. It sounds nasty.
Damn.
That sounds rough.
We keep honey here, so I'll have to try that. It never occurred to me to try that.
It'll ruin you on any.
Well, I've tried to like log cabin maple syrup and peanut butter. That's pretty good, but I don't think I've tried honey.
And a buddy of mine growing up in Ohio, his favorite sandwich was peanut butter with K-Row syrup.
Yeah,
Huh.
the weird thing is,
Yeah.
like, locally, that's a very normal thing. Like, that's like where, when it comes down to, I think the difference between when you guys have peanut butter and jelly, like peanut butter and syrup is standard for that. Like, across the board, like everybody, peanut butter and syrup sandwiches are one of the most common sandwiches that you get when you're like going, yeah, when you're a kid, yeah.
Interesting. I never
Yeah.
considered it.
Makes it more like cake almost.
You know, as a kid, I ate sugar sandwiches.
No.
Well, no, that's my grandfather used to, because of the times that they were going through. He would take a slice of bread and put a little bit of margarine and a little bit of sugar on it, and even he'd even put a slice of bread in a bowl of milk, and then put sugar on top of that as well, almost like a cereal. But yeah, it's just interesting what people had to do. You know, when there were times that there wasn't always access to everything and stuff like that, you improvise. You know, you become.
Same guy that put K-Row syrup on his also did that. He'd do his butter with sugar on it on bread, but they put it in this little oven and toast it on top of it. Maybe he might have been from where you're from. Maybe, I don't know. Because I think they talk like English or something, so that could have been.
Yeah,
Crystal, if
it
you're
a
going to
British thing,
participate, come on up.
yeah, but British are definitely, it is definitely a British thing that culturally, I definitely think that that's where that's from. I just wanted to add quickly, Ron, like I love watching the cam where you're at. Like it's incredible. And it's so nice seeing a country where everything is working, like, where everything seems to be running correctly. It's great.
Well, everything ain't running correctly. Obviously, we got 2 lanes to my left shut down, so that's not running correctly.
Yeah, but if you were here, you'd see what I'm speaking about. Like, it just looks really good.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Crystal, mute your
Hey,
YouTube.
Crystal.
Hey, everybody in chat.
Do you still have YouTube running, Crystal?
Oh, hold on. Hey, everybody in chat.
Yeah, Ron, that's I got a trip to take the middle of June. I'll be on the road for about 10 hours, so that's kind of giving me the feel for it, man.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I'm worn out by the time I get there, but I always like that trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are
I
you
think being on
going?
the road as well. So go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, where you going?
Oh, I'm going down to western South Carolina, almost to Augusta, Georgia.
Okay. I
I
love
got
South
family down there.
Carolina.
There's a big reunion going on down there.
South
Down at
Carolina is
Fort
one of the prettiest states in the U.S.
It is.
I think so.
I think so too, man. I love it down there.
Yeah, you drive down through there on the interstates even, you know, and South Carolina is one of them states that they take care of their highways and they plant flowers along the side of the interstates. And it's beautiful.
Yeah, and North Carolina too. I mean, that road going down through, well, and Virginia as well.
Yeah.
Really well-maintained road, and North Carolina did a bunch of work on 77 the last 5 years, and that thing's beautiful. They've got these express lanes, and they have prices, you know, on the signs.
Yeah.
And I made 3 or 4 trips down there going, well, now, I don't know I didn't know how they build it, where you just jump on and, you know, you pay one price, or will they bill you every exit you pass?
Yeah.
But the last time we headed down there, the traffic was really heavy. I mean, it was just totally stopped. And I'm looking over on the other side of that Jersey barrier, and the cars are just. And I said, to hell with it. I don't care how much it costs. We're going to try this one time. And I got over in there, and I'm cruising 70 miles an hour past all this stopped traffic. And what they do is they take a picture of your license plate.
Yeah.
And a couple months later, they figure out who you are and where to send the bill to. And it was stupid cheap. I don't remember what it was, but it was like $12 to go all that distance and save all that time. And, you know, I didn't cuss one time sitting in traffic. It was great.
Is that super lane or whatever they call it off to the left?
Yeah,
Express
it's
lane.
Express
Yeah.
lane. Yeah.
I wondered what that was about. I didn't know last time I went traveling. It was like over here in the road construction and go over there. And I'm like, I don't know what that's for. So I stayed out of it.
Hey, man, it's so you don't have to sit there. And, you know, I'd say a lot more people are going to be using that because who wants to sit there idling with the price of gas the way it is right now?
You know how you avoid that?
How's that?
You take your license plate off and just lay it in your back window and just lay it down, and put a piece of tape on the top of it, and then when you get if you get pulled over, all you have to say is, "Oh, I didn't have that on the rear. I had it on. It's in the back window," you know.
And it fell off.
Yeah, it must have fell down.
Oh,
And see,
wow.
they take pictures of your plate. They don't get no plate number, so
I hear you.
Yeah,
And
save you
don't-
$12.
it don't cost that much. And, you know, I don't mind helping pay for that road a little bit.
No, kind of like turnpike.
Yeah.
I'll take them if I see them.
Well, that's what a lot of people don't understand and don't know. You know, it's big companies that own that turnpike, so it's like it honestly wouldn't surprise me if BlackRock owned it.
Really.
It honestly wouldn't surprise me.
Oh.
But yeah, it's not state owned. The tollways aren't. They're company owned.
Well, yeah, you'll find out that somewhere like higher up, you know, they're owned by a company who's owned by a company who's owned by a company who BlackRock owns or something.
Right. Oh yeah.
You'll always find that somewhere. There's a whole spider web where you can look at like the couple. There's a very few companies and they own everything. Like all roads lead to them, essentially.
Yeah.
I just assumed
It's-
it was the
it's
state of
crazy.
North Carolina that owned it.
Nope.
Wow.
I'll bet it's not.
Well, that's what I get for being so innocent, you know?
I mean, I don't know that it ain't, but I'm just saying a lot of turnpikes and stuff and toll roads are not owned by the state. And
Okay.
even though it could be federal highways.
Right. I don't even
Can
remember
y'all
who
hear
I
me
was to
better?
check there now. Yeah, Crystal, you're better now. You're
Y'all
better. The
don't
noise
laugh
is
at me.
gone.
You gonna
How
laugh
was your
at
day
me.
today?
My day
Say
was
what?
good. I spent my day over at my best friend's house shucking corn
Shucking corn already?
and putting it in the freezer.
Wow.
Well,
Yep.
shucks.
It was a lot of it.
Well,
But-
where did it come from? It couldn't have been local.
I
maybe
guess
down there it
Nigeria
was.
here. She got it from the flea market.
Yeah, in Florida, it probably grows year round.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
She got a bushel of corn for $15. She got green beans for $15. She got something else. Oh, squash.
$15 for a bushel of beans?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Not bad. That's going to change come August or September.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they
the reason
give you
she's
an
putting
idea.
up.
Need
Well,
to
I'm
mark it up between a bunch of them.
How's
She
that,
gave
Chuck?
me
That's what they gave me an idea. I need to figure out if we got a farmer's market around here somewhere. Maybe you can get me a bunch of stuff to can up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're shucking corn and freezing it though. The way my grandma always done it was she'd pick it off the stalk.
Off the cob,
And-
yeah.
No, she'd put like
That's what we
six.
did.
She put like six of them in a brown paper bag and roll it up and put it in the freezer
Oh, just like
and not
that.
even chuck it. Yeah, not even chuck it.
Interesting.
Oh. Well, we
Yep.
cut it off the cob and then got the other stuff off of it.
Yeah, all the
Put 'em in
hairs.
Freezes them. She gave me a bag of them.
Huh.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's what my
Go ahead.
kind of learning curve how the older people done things.
Yeah, my grandmother would blanch whole ears in hot water and then she'd wrap it up and freeze it. and it was good.
And I used to, when I barbecue, I'd get a dozen or 2 ears of corn, stack them in a 5-gallon bucket, pour you about 3 beers on it, then fill it up with water and salt, and let it sit there for a couple hours. Set it right on the grill like that.
Oh yeah.
You talking about badass corn? It's already
I can
salty.
imagine.
Well, y'all probably
Pull
think
it,
I'm
pull it back, the hairs just slip off of it. Have you a little pat of butter out there to rub it across.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds good. Just a little bit of a spice as well. Just the right spice. If you get, like over here, we've got aromat. I don't know if you guys get aromat there, but I highly doubt that you get aromat actually.
I've never heard of it.
It's like a yellow, almost. It's a little bit salty, but it goes really well with mealies, with corn, because corn's a huge thing. Yeah, I mean, everywhere you go, pretty much in the world, you'll find corn. You know, it's such a durable and rugged type crop as well. So,
Right.
but yeah, you're right. Just sometimes snipping it off, putting a bit of margarine on that, and having that's so good. Like it's so tasty.
this
Yeah, I
is
like
sweet
mine
corn.
with. I like my corn with butter and Cajun sauce, Cajun seasoning, I should say.
I think that's probably one of the closest that you'll find to do an aromat type of thing. It's just, yeah. I think we also use aromat quite heavily on popcorn. When we have popcorn, like I don't like sweet popcorn. I think it ruins popcorn if you make it sweet. I think it should be savory.
Until there's a certain caramel popcorn that he is.
Oh, caramel popcorn's good too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, poppycock I like. I don't like Cracker Jack.
You don't like Cracker Jacks?
No. I got sick from them when I was a kid.
Oh, I used to love
When
them.
they
when I was
used to come in
a kid.
like 4 or 6 packs or whatever, and I snuck that outside when I was like 5 and ate all of it.
That'll turn
That'll
you
do
on.
it. Yeah. If you make yourself sick on it, it's just that you connect it like that, you know. So
Yeah, the second time it wasn't real pleasant. Coming back out, it was like,
Oh no.
that's 50
My
years ago,
grandma
and I
kept
still
them
remember it.
My grandma kept them at her house all the time for us.
Now the women here, when I was a kid, would make sweet popcorn balls. They some kind of a sticky syrup of some kind, and it was so sticky they could
Mustard.
actually form the popcorn into a ball, and it would hold its shape.
Huh.
sounds good.
People spray dye on it, or like food coloring, put it for Christmas ornaments, all kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it seems like I remember popcorn balls as a kid, but I haven't seen them since I was a kid.
Well, Ron, this is why we're talking about dentures earlier. Because of all that good stuff we had when we were kids.
Right? I can eat corn on the cob like it's nothing.
Yeah.
I can eat it even with dentures. And a lot of people use like denture cream and all that. I don't.
You don't have to use that?
Nope.
If they fit right, they'll suck right in. My wife's lowers, she went got uppers and lowers. She went and finally got her lowers done and got new uppers. And she won't go back and get them rechecked and sized and all that. She's had them this way, and she'll sand on them with paper to get them where they fit better. I said, you can go up there and have a look at it.
Yeah.
Our part of the insurance was like $6,800, and she's got Blue Cross, so I'd hate to know what the whole bill was.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I got $3,000 I can use on my dentures and stuff, but thank God I'm on Medicaid and Medicare, so I
That
need
helps
to
you
get
out?
it done before they stop that.
Yeah. Mine was $4,400.
Really? Oh, I didn't realize they were that expensive.
Yeah. They're
But
not
why
cheap.
not? Yeah.
Well, and that was the most expensive set that they had, and I just figure, you know what, it's an investment. If I
It
had
is.
to buy them once, then that's great, but I don't want to buy cheap ones and have to replace them every other year.
The cheap can become expensive.
Yeah.
More expensive than getting something with quality.
Right. I figure you get what you pay for.
You do.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
And I'm thinking now it's $300 or $350 a tooth to be pulled.
Yeah. You know
when I get ready
nobody.
to go- I get ready to go get mine. I done pulled half my bottom lowers myself with a pair of channel locks. So I get ready to go. I said, I'm going to save me some money before I go in. Give me a bottle of Jack Daniels and give me a couple hours and a pair of pliers.
It'll come out, huh?
Yeah. Sounds bad, but
Yes, it does.
I learned
Yeah.
I could do it. On a Saturday night, I had a toothache 20 years ago, and I learned that if it's bad enough and medicine don't work, even prescription pills don't work to kill the pain. I learned real quick about 3 o'clock in the morning. I went in and got a pair of channel locks and snatched. I worked that tooth out and snatched it out. As soon as it was gone, that pain was gone. Yeah, I can deal with it.
Yeah, we're not giving medical advice either. by the
Yeah.
way.
No, I don't advise nobody to do that.
Pay attention to that, YouTube.
I don't advise nobody to do that unless it's on a Saturday night. Nothing else works.
Yeah.
My daddy used
Just
to tell
be-
us to take a string and put it around your tooth and slam the door.
Yeah.
That definitely is a traditional method, globally.
For little kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the nice thing about alcohol and using spirits to just kind of do that is obviously spirits has such a cleaning effect too, though. So like,
Yeah.
it's also not just numbing the pain, but it's also cleaning out whatever was causing that irritation. So like,
Yeah.
spirits is absolutely such a good thing when it comes to that, 100%. And when it comes to Jack Daniels that Chuck mentioned, like I used to love Jack Daniels, right? So it was always one of my favorite drinks, 100%, until I ruined it for myself. I kind of did what Chuck did with the sweets when he spoke about that earlier. I had way too much Jack Daniels at an event, and I kind of just like, it went really badly. And that's when I used to drink more harder alcohol. I'll have a beer or two these days, but don't drink really anymore. But man, like I still love my Jack Daniels.
Yeah, that second
Yeah.
time sucks, don't it?
Jim done that to me.
It was 10 High Bourbon that did it to me.
I don't drink.
Everybody's got a
We've all
story.
been there.
Everybody's got a story with a certain liquor
Oh,
that
I'll tell you,
Guaranteed.
the weirdest
don't
drunk
drink.
I ever had was with slow gin, and this was back in the early 80s. And I drank a couple mixed drinks with it. If somebody's making them, handing them to me, so I never got up. About 2 hours later, I'd had about 3 of them. I went to get up to go to the bathroom, and that shit hit me, and I was like, damn, I went from sober to drunk by standing up.
Yeah. I remember that stuff. I don't remember drinking it, but that was a popular drink, a slow gin fizz.
Yep, I think that's what that
Yeah.
was. Like, yeah, this is
Smelling liquor makes me sick. I don't know why.
Say again,
You know,
Crystal?
I do my 420, but I cannot drink or get around liquor. It make me want to puke.
Yeah, I was like, this is foo-foo. There ain't nothing to it. I was just drinking Jack. I had to go to the bathroom and got up. It's like somebody pulled the carpet out from under me.
Well, that stuff is a sweet candy-ish tasting kind of stuff, as I remember.
Yeah, they say the slow berries that go in it, that's English, I think. And they get you.
Yeah.
I just know Jim done it to me one night. Me and a buddy of mine used to drink a fifth of Jim Beam and a case of beer every Friday night.
Oh, man.
One Saturday morning, I woke up about 10 feet from the railroad tracks. I decided, yeah, it's probably ain't a good idea.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Yeah.
remember the name of that beer. I know Guardians probably heard of it. It's the beer them monks make, and it's got caffeine in it. I can't remember, but over in UK, that a lot of people in court blame it. It wasn't them, it was that. I can't remember the name of it.
Indeed, I wish you could.
Buckfast. Buckfast beer.
Never
Made
heard
by
of it.
monks.
Me either. My dad
It's-
used to drink Pat's Blue Ribbon.
Hell, that beer's like 20 proof, 30 proof, and then they got the berry they use for the caffeine in it. If people get drunk and they want to run around and fall over everything, it's like they say drink 1 or 2 bottles of it and you're on the floor. So,
But wide awake.
yeah.
Yeah, Pabst Blue Ribbon got me locked up. So I don't drink that no more.
Jim tried to kill me.
Yeah, Tom, when I lived up there in Ohio, close to you, the big thing I liked when I was there was Genesee Cream Ale and Little Kings.
Oh yeah, Little Kings.
I never heard of
Yeah.
Little King. What's that?
They're
That's
little
the
bitty bottles,
Cincinnati
about
beer.
little tiny bottles, and they come in. They're like what 6 or 7 ounce, kind of like a pony.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we called those ponies.
They never got warm.
No. You drink them too fast.
Bad thing about that cream ale is a bad hangover.
I've had a couple of those. Never developed an affection for cream ale.
You ever heard of them taking a Red Bull and putting it inside of liquor?
I have heard of that.
Yeah,
I know they call
Jägerbomb.
it a Boiler Maker or something. I've never tried
Jägerbomb.
it.
Yeah,
Huh?
Jaeger bombs. Yeah, Jaeger bomb.
Yeah, there's some.
Yeah.
I
Gardy,
just
you
think
ever heard of
it was-
Buckbath beer?
No, not down here.
That's somewhere in the UK. They got a monastery. The monks make it.
Be interesting to see, like, be interesting to try that out. That sounds interesting. It definitely sounds, across the world, there's definitely some tastes that are unique to certain places and to certain areas. From the States, from you guys, and, we were speaking about food earlier, and a lot of people, Philly cheesesteak is such a normal thing for most people, but like for myself, when I was in Pennsylvania, which is a state, obviously not too far from that side and whatever, but like, Philly cheesesteak was one of the most delicious things I've ever had. And the thing is, the cheese was imitation cheese, but it tasted so damn good, though. Like, together, it was just so damn delicious. Like, I can't explain it. It's definitely something that I miss. And also, New York, in New York City, like the pizza slices that I had there, like, just in general, like always New York pizza was incredible. And I actually asked my sister's boyfriend at the time, why does the New York pizza tastes so good? And he explained to me that it's because of the filtration and the water quality that New York gets, because apparently New York gets some incredibly high quality water. So when they make the dough out of really good quality water, it translates to the pizza, and that's where you're tasting like such incredible dough. I mean, it was margarita pizza. It wasn't anything fancy like the pizza itself, just cheese and tomato. But maybe there's tasting freedom when I was there as well. Maybe that's also tasting. But it's so good.
Hey, Rick. Yeah, a lot of it could be their proofing of the dough, too.
Well, Chicago's got pretty good pizza too.
I've heard. Yeah. But now you talk about cheesesteak. My standard is Baltimore. They had the little back neighborhood places, just local places. And you'd go out of there with that sub in a bag, and the grease was staining the paper bag. And man, those subs were good.
You probably remember lobster rolls being up there too then. You ever had one of them, Tom?
I don't think so.
It's like a sub sandwich, but they chunk up lobster pieces on it, make like a lobster salad, and they put on it. It's kind of like a seafood salad.
Oh, that would be good.
So they're sick. They had them here a while at the one of the fish places around here. They had lobster rolls. I made myself sick going in there getting them things, and it ain't nothing like the real ones.
Right. It was
Sounds so good.
Yeah, a lot of little bars around home now, they have fish tacos. And they're all different because they all make them a little bit different. But I haven't tried one I haven't liked.
Really? That just don't appeal
Yeah.
to me at all. I don't even like the thought of it.
It doesn't even sound good, but
Yeah.
I mean to tell you,
Fish taco.
if you like tacos at all, you'd love fish tacos.
Well, I'll try it in my next talk. I think Taco Bell sells those.
You have to
I
catch the
don't,
right
I
one.
don't think so.
No? Okay.
No. Taco Bell doesn't sell a real fish taco.
All right.
The real fish tacos have like coleslaw on them.
No way.
And I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds weird. Yeah, it sounds weird as hell. I mean, but it is delicious.
this is
really
getting out of
is.
the definition of a taco now.
Yeah.
You would think. But I
Hey,
mean,
Rick, good to see
don't
you
knock
again,
it till
man.
you try it.
I'll have to try it on your say so. I'll try at least one.
Tom,
Yeah.
whatever kind of seasoning you like on your tacos, if you make them at home, get you some shrimp, some raw peeled shrimp,
Yeah.
and fry it in that seasoning. Make you some tacos with that. Wow.
Okay.
Roll your own roll up tacos, soft tacos. Well, all you need is
Yeah.
a few tomatoes and that on it, and maybe guacamole if you like it. But
Oh yeah.
You'll make me want a taco.
No. Crystal is the worst, right? So
And
like,
that's
I'm busy
and that's a cut, right?
I'm busy doing intermittent fasting, and I'm telling you guys, this is the worst conversation to be having when I'm like, because I'm not doing breakfast like at all, so I eat from like 2 in the afternoon till 6 in the afternoon at the moment, and like all of this great food talk is doing the worst thing for me. So I made myself a cup of coffee, but like the coffee is not really helping all that much. So it doesn't really fill a spot, you know.
Sorry, Guardian.
That's all good, man. I'm starting to see a bit of benefits. I'm starting to see like just a little bit of weight reduction, which is what I'm going for. So I don't know, maybe by the next year or two, I'll see like the results that I'm looking for. But for now, it sucks. Like I really love food. You know, food is so good. Like food can sometimes cheer you up. You know, it just makes you feel a little bit better. It makes you like think a bit more clearer in a way. To a degree. So when I don't eat until 2 o'clock, like, man, it just sucks sometimes. But you get used to it. It gets better.
Well,
I
now
guess.
what's the whole schedule again, Guardian?
All right. So what I'm doing at the moment, and I started this about 2 weeks ago, 2 to 3 weeks ago, where I don't eat any. I cut out all white bread. So I don't eat like white bread. I don't really eat bread anymore at all. I cut that out, and then I cut out sugar for the most part. Like I have 1 teaspoon of sugar in my coffee from like the last 2-3 weeks, and then I only eat from 2 o'clock in the afternoon till 6 in the evening. The reason for that is so that I can also reduce some weight, because I have gained quite a bit in the last 2 years. I shot up about 10 kilograms, so that's I'm not going to do the equation directly, but I should know that.
2.2 pounds per kilogram, I think.
Yeah, so we're looking at like it was 20, I guess.
20
I
pounds.
think,
Pretty
yeah,
much keto diet.
yeah, it is similar to the keto diet. I just with the intermittent fasting side to it as well. I just like, and I've been doing so much more exercise with the mountain, with all that like exercise, working out type of stuff. I've been pushing like myself so hard. Like last night, I've been using my bow staff and my fighting stick and stuff as well. And like because of that, my forearms are getting so sore. Like I woke up this morning and like my forearms are ruined. But like I've just been trying to be a lot more healthy. Like that's what I've been doing since the beginning of the year. Is I've been trying to be a lot more healthy. That's why I quit cigarettes on the 2nd of January, and so now I'm like off cigarettes. I still indulge, you know, naturally, if you want to put it that way. But when it comes to things like just health and dietary stuff and that type of thing, I'm just really trying to, you know, improve that type of thing. And it's hard. It's so hard to just try and keep, because now it's halfway through the year and I'm still doing the gymming and I'm still doing the exercises and the trail walking and the hiking and all that. And it's sometimes I just don't feel that I've always got the motivation to do it. Then I'm like, come on, because the weather's bad outside and it gets really cold, and then I don't feel like doing it. And then I feel like I could just, you know, just rather chill. But to just push yourself to go consistently, to get out there and do it.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I'd love to show you guys the results, but I can't wait to show you the full results because I've lost so much weight. I've got before pictures that I took in December, like quite heavy before pictures where I was picking up a lot. And then within the next like year or two, I'll definitely be able to show. One more thing just to stop and then I'll stop my ramble is Tom. Yeah, you were saying you were saying that you're going to be traveling, Tom, in June, and I'm also going to be going over here locally. I'm going to do my first trip on the adventure motorcycle that I'm really excited about, and I'm going to be doing a trip from like one part of the Eastern Cape of South Africa to the other, to the Western Cape. So it's an amazing route. There's so much vegetation and beautiful forest out there. So I want to be taking some footage with the GoPro, and I'm doing it for a business trip, but that I'm going in the same time you are, like middle of June, early June.
Right.
So I'll be doing a nice bit of a trip, and I'll be able to upload that and stuff as well. But I'm so excited for that to come up. I can't wait to use my adventure motorcycle for more what it's really meant to use, like what the purpose is.
Do you have nice hilly, curvy roads that you'll be traveling on? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you.
Nice.
And it's beautiful. I'll try and take some of with the GoPro. I'll try and take some of the routes so that you can see what it looks like along the way. But ideally, there's a wolf sanctuary out there as well that I want to go to. And so I'll be going to the wolf sanctuary, and there's an elephant sanctuary that's close to it too. So I'll be able to hit up both those places. And I can't wait. But enough talking from me now. That's good.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do, Tom. I do a lot of. Let me see. I can actually post it for you real quick.
Okay. If you can do that in.
I can post it in the back here for us in private chat.
Okay.
And if you look over there, you'll see like a lot of what I do recently is adventure motorcycles. I do a lot of prepping. I do self-reliance. I do outdoor camping, hiking, pretty much to cover the board, a lot of self-reliance aspects. And I show a lot of the country, and I plan on doing that a bit more in the future as well.
Awesome. Well, listen, I'm going to go try to subscribe to that. If I get kicked out, you all show some restraint, huh?
You're good, Tom.
Yeah, Guardian, I'm already stuck.
Hey there all, welcome to Guardian Prepping.
There we go. I got
That's
it, obviously.
Yeah, don't worry, you won't get a strike from that.
Hey, that's a pretty page, man. I'll look forward to looking that over.
Sure.
Right on.
I'm sure there's something there that'll interest you. I'm sure of it.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Right.
No doubt. And then I don't have to write it down that way.
Yeah, in about half an hour, I've got to go and do some preparation because I'm teaching the youth in our community survival skills and that by the Scouts. So I'm able to pass down my knowledge. So I'm just doing some of the preparation and stuff as well because we do that once a week. And I've got to have we got a community meeting coming up next hour and a half where we discuss what we're going to be teaching them. Last week, those were some of you may have been on Rescue's channel, but I did fire safety. I taught the youth of our community fire safety and some fire tricks and how to utilize matches correctly. The tricks and tips on campfire safety as well, making sure that you know what to do if you are caught alight, for example. Like all of those type of things. And every week, that's what I do. Like that's primarily what, and my daughter loves it. My daughter's loving the survival skills and learning more about preparedness from myself, and then learning the survival skills and the scouting skills from that as well. And I think it's such an honor, and I can't explain to you guys what a privilege it is when I've been placed in a situation where these the little guys and little girls, they look up to you, and they look up to you because you have the skills that you're teaching them, the survival skills. But the thing is, it's such an honor, and that's why recently what happened over in I don't want to bring it up too much, but yeah, the situation that happened over in Texas recently really messes with my mind.
Yeah, that was today.
Yeah, I'm going to say this, Tom. People actually put down 100%. There should be no way. There should absolutely be no discussion about it. If you're convicted and if you're proven to do that, make an example so that everybody else can learn as well. Absolutely make it public. I don't want to get too passionate about it, but it really hurts me.
You're preaching to the choir here, man.
Yeah, hang them from that flagpole at that school.
Yep.
Good
And
morning,
agree.
Farm
televise it.
Eric. Good to see you, sir.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Yeah,
it's. I think it's.
And
There's no.
televise it. I'd watch it.
Yeah, no,
Just
that's the thing.
saying.
We're getting to a point in society where that's becoming more and more likely, where we have a whole lot of these, like the Hunger Games show, and we have Survivor, and we have all of these things. It's kind of leaning towards a point where, and I wouldn't be opposed to it, where we have examples made of the people who do all of these things doing that type of shit. Towards a point where, and I wouldn't be opposed to it, where we have examples made of the people who do all of these things doing that type of shit. Moving towards a point where, and I wouldn't be opposed to it, where we have.
Somebody echoing.
There's a ripple. There's an echo to me at the moment.
Yeah, somebody's echoing. I don't know who.
There's a ripple. There's an echo to me at the moment.
I'm muted, so it's not me.
I don't know what that is.
Me either. I'm muted.
I'm muted, so it's not me.
I don't know what that is. That's got to be something I'm doing.
I'm muted.
Yeah. I'm a dumbass.
We all are some of themselves.
You already knew that, but I'm making the formal announcement right now.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm riding the boat with you. It's fine.
Thank you.
I went over there to type something, and I guess the mute came off the mic. I don't know what happened. Yeah.
Have a good
total
evening.
Twilight Zone.
Have a good evening, Joel. Thanks for dropping by and thanks for being in the chat. We appreciate you being here with us.
Always welcome, Jewel.
Yeah. So, on my side, I'm just happy to be doing a bit of outdoor stuff coming up recently. Well, in the near future, and getting out there again, properly, and doing a bit of a road trip. And yeah, it's something that I'm so excited about. I actually have a problem with my wheels at the moment, though. My wheel balancing is a bit off. So there's a slight vibration as soon as I get to like 120 kilometers an hour or like 80 miles per hour. As soon as I get to right about that speed, the vibration on my bike starts acting up. So I'm going to be seeing to that before I head out there, and also doing a bit of a
you'll have to.
Yeah. I can't risk like anything happening on that trip,
Right. How far are you going?
Well, looking at the distance, what's the distance completely? Just bring it up on that side, darling. Just bring it up the correct distance here real quick. How many is that? So we're looking at 241 kilometers. How much is that in miles? Like 180 miles, I guess? Yes.
Yeah, that's close. I think it's like 5/8 of a mile is a kilometer.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
So
Loose man, I
that's
totally agree.
it's gonna be quite something.
That'll be a good ride, man. I had a Yamaha two-stroke, the RD model. Do you remember those? You're not old enough to remember those, probably.
No, I'm not.
But,
I'm looking it up quickly though. I'm looking that up.
a pretty little motorcycle, man, and it was that thing would stand up on the back tire if you weren't careful. But I took that on a couple 100-mile trip, and the two-stroke engine has a tendency to surge. You know what I mean? So by the time I was done, this area right in here between my finger and thumb, where your hand, my whole weight was on the handlebars, and that surge just beat my hands to pieces.
Well, the two-stroke as well, with maintenance, your maintenance is quite high when it comes to that. But I mean, there's nothing that beats a two-stroke's power. Like
no.
two-stroke eliminates like a lot of the sport bikes, and acceleration. That's why. I won't get into it too heavily. Yes, the power band, 100%. Yeah.
Right.
Like for myself, I won't get into it too much, but I'm really excited for electric motocross bikes. Unlike everybody else, I love the fact that I love the original style, but the thing is electronic. The capability that we've got with electronic motocross bikes, we're not there yet. But give it another 5-10 years, and you'll see how well they make them. They're getting there. They're trying to do it really badly at the moment, where they've got like motorcycles in general that are electric motorcycles. That could be the future, where you are able to go much further and pay much less for going much further. And that's the idea. So I'm all about that. I
Hey, I
can't
could
wait for
see
that.
that on a bike. I'd never considered it, but yeah, I could see that, but not in a car. Hans, yeah, I know. It's just that Taco Bell's so convenient. You know, we make them at home a lot. They're better at home tacos.
Yeah, we got authentic Mexican taco trucks around here. A bunch of the ladies that are make them. They're from Mexico.
They know
have
it.
them up here. They got one that's all through the week, and then the other lady, she has Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Hey, Monty.
They're awesome.
Hey, Monty, how you doing, man?
Monty,
Well, folks, rescue's
So
starting
where are
getting.
you headed, Rob?
Ron's going
Oh,
home.
thank you.
He's leaving
I'm
Chicago.
running away from Chicago.
I'm watching the trip.
Yeah, yeah.
If I see
And
anything.
every time he passes a truck, it looks like it's coming over into the left lane, and he's making me nervous. Hello,
Hello there, Truth to
How you-
Top.
how you doing, Progressive?
Very good. We've met before, right?
Yeah, we met on Ron Dangerous' channel.
Yeah, and have you seen Stuck in the Middle before?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Sorry. Have you seen Stuck?
You muted.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember him over from Ron.
Yeah. I remember the name from there.
I remembered the face. I didn't remember the name.
I still see him in different places.
All right, try it again, man.
All good.
Yeah.
Sounds good now.
Yes.
Okay.
you
Thank you. I am on Stuck in the Middle, and I am affiliated or friends with people that I understand. Maybe everybody's not cool with, but Sage News Network, Cold Beer. But more importantly, I've known a lot of you guys for quite some time.
Yeah, I remember you from Ron, and I've seen
Yeah,
the
I
other
remember you from Ron.
Ron, is that a rescue?
Dangerous Freedom.
Dangerous Freedom.
He died here 6 months ago, something
Yeah,
like
he
that.
died.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's I was told back then. It's been quite some time. I don't know that him and I spoke, to be honest.
Well, maybe
But,
you came into the channel shortly after.
Oh, okay. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
So, how you guys doing? For one,
Doing great, man. Doing
I'm
great. Hope
great.
you're well.
do you mind if I
Doing all right.
ask a question regarding some folks that maybe have gone through some drama, and if we don't want to, if you guys do not want to talk about it, this is nothing that would bring up anything too confrontational, but I'm only curious because I don't know
Ask your question,
what's
sir.
happened.
Go ahead and ask your question.
Oh, all right. For one, I want everybody to know I have thrown in my support for and with Zach. He paid us a visit at Stuck in the Middle tonight when we were hosting our show. I really hope we can help him get his feet wet, get out there, get bigger. And I did see, that little fallout with Jeremy the Jester, and that was very, very unfortunate. What has happened with Jeremy and Christina is an ex-girlfriend of mine, so that was all uncomfortable. And I noticed her channel is gone. Is that accurate?
I don't know.
Not sure.
Okay.
I don't know, but
Okay. I mean, it's.
yeah, we
just-
hear you. What's your question?
Oh, that was it. I just wanted to know what happened since the falling out. I see Zach is moving forward, and I'm proud of that kid doing that. Proud of that man.
From
Yeah, I like that boy. with. He's a big boy.
We're all behind
I-
Zach 100%. I'll tell you.
Can I answer that short and sweet, Tom?
Sure, go ahead, Ron.
And I don't really know all the inner works of it, but from what I've gathered is Zach decided to go a different way with his channel, and from what I understand and what I've heard is Jester and Christina basically said to Zach that he is not a patriot doing that.
Oh,
That is not patriotic. So that's the gist of it.
yeah, they
from-
said worse.
Yeah. Oh, I know it went way worse, but I mean that's just the short answer of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you my feeling of it. I happened to be there at what we can call low tide, if you get my drift.
Uh-huh.
And it is what it is. My feeling is the more you stir shit, the worse it stinks. And I don't like to discuss other channels unless I'm complimenting what they're doing.
The wise adage.
And I got no compliments to give tonight on that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
do.
yeah.
Zach's doing great, and I love his channel to death.
Yeah,
It's
we've
bad to see friends get along that way, and my whole thing to it.
Yeah.
we over
I
at-
love Zach, but I don't know nothing that's going on, so I'm staying muted.
Yeah, I've been watching with a bit of a, I've been noticing what's been happening and stuff as well. But I'll say the only thing that I'll say about every single situation that I've seen within this year already is that I can't believe the amount of drama that have been coming up. Like just drama across the board. If everybody just kind of minded their own business, this is all I'm going to say about it, then we would have a lot more people getting along all the time. Like that's all I'm going to say is that I won't touch the topic with a 10-foot pole, to be quite honest, because it's not, I'm not closely enough associated or anything. But all I will say is that, like, I just hate all the drama. Like, this drama doesn't help anybody or doesn't, I understand that it does get people to be interested and people go check out what's happening. And I've seen not just drama from that side, but I've seen drama coming up in a couple of other places as well, because I try and keep tabs on what's happening within the, preparedness community specifically. And I've seen a couple of things recently, like I'd say from the beginning of the year, that I've just seen that I'm just like, it's unfortunate. It's so, I wish I could swear right now, but I won't. But what I will say is that it comes down to, like, look, where I'm from, there's very few preppers, okay? We don't exist really. There's very few people that are into preparedness where I'm from. So it's already like a fringe type of thing that I'm doing. And then when you've got people that are into preparedness that are like that are biting at each other's necks and throats and shit, and it's like, how is that helpful when already the world views us as crazy people because we're into preparedness, right? The world already like views us in a messed up way and already fringy and stuff like that. And then we want to have infighting within our own small community when that's all we have. Like, how does that make any sense logically to anybody? All I'm saying is love can conquer all, and I'm not going to put too much opinion on it any further. I'm just going to say that I love each of the people that are involved, and it tears me up to see them at each other's throats.
I totally agree with everything you said.
I
Yeah,
agree.
Salami, Revolution, welcome.
Me.
I do believe one unescapable fact is, though, you do agree once you put yourself out there on some form of a public platform that there are certain things that should be said in private unless you are prepared for the consequences.
Of
But
course.
I did
of course,
not come
yeah.
here to stir the pot. I just came here
Yeah.
because I know Truth with Tom. I know the name, and I've seen some
Yeah.
very just comments that are just completely based on integrity. So I dig this fella. And,
Sure,
and
yeah,
that's all-
you're welcome here. You're absolutely welcome here, man. Good to see
I
you.
express my opinion, like I said, the at low tide. I think the people that need to know how I feel about it. And again, the more you stir shit, the worse it stinks. And we had such a great time on Rescue's channel last night.
Can I
Yeah.
offer a little history about Rescue and I?
Please.
I promise it's no stirring.
As long as it's positive, yeah.
It's positive and then it's interesting, no negative. and I love that.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, please.
Apparently, all right, Rescue had found us through, I think, Cannabis Conservative, who's on Rumble. He's a good friend of ours at Stuck in the Middle. I also have my solo channel, Progressive Patriot, that I'm trying to do something. But Stuck in the Middle is meat and potatoes. Rescue would visit us through his phone before he had anything set up, and he would continually credit us with inspiring him because he felt like he was just growing old and dying. His words, not ours. He'd call in every night, and it was a beautiful thing. He has this channel. I have not paid it a visit because, unfortunately, there was some disagreement in terms of religion, and he abandoned Stuck in the Middle. But we still wish him all the best. We're so proud of him that he grew from that man that felt he had no voice and nobody was, paying him any mind, to a man that now has a reinvigorated passion. But apparently, we were a part of something that inspired him, and no matter what the outcome, I'm forever thankful for that.
Absolutely. So you knew CanCon.
Oh, very well, yeah.
I used to listen to him. I don't know how long ago it was now. It was a group, CanCon, and
big
guy named George, who was
Easy, Into the Darkness, Nick Moseder.
Nick, yeah.
Yeah, they all got kicked off.
Yeah, that's kind of, we sort of lost them. They went somewhere else. I don't know where.
They're at Rumble.
Got a new one up now.
Yep.
And I didn't know them. I didn't interact with them. All I did was watch at the time. But they kind of inspired me to start doing lives, actually.
CanCon inspired me to stick with Stuck in the Middle to get monetized, because only through him did I see.
I was actually there at Stuck in the Middle earlier today.
Oh, no kidding.
For a little bit. Yeah, for a little bit.
Which one is saying that? Chuck?
Outdoors Adventures of Ron.
I do hope that whatever you saw, that you did enjoy it. We took on some pretty heavy-hitting topics, controversial stuff. Our risk is that we don't go for the niche because we don't want to pander to either side.
Yeah, it's a little high energy for me. Not gonna lie, but
yeah,
I was there. I did give you a thumbs up, so
thank you. I do not always approve of my co-host's choice of videos, and it just we have that dynamic. Like I won't say anything vulgar, but let's just say he's played two things that could have easily gotten us banned for the rest of our lives. Somehow gotten away with it.
Yeah, the thing about politics is both sides, the left and the right, do exactly the same thing. They use the same tactics. I'm sorry to say, but it's absolutely the truth. That's why I stand firmly on the center. Like when it comes to that, and I don't even have a dog in the fight. Like I'm not from America. Like people that are outside the US, when they speak about like the two-party, like the way that runs, and conservatives and Republicans and all of that, like it's just like it doesn't really have as much impact on me, even though I'm more invested in US politics than I am locally, for many reasons, because of the impact that the US politics has on the entire rest of the globe. So it does matter to me. But I just think that what happens is, unfortunately, that both sides do the same damn thing all the time, where they just try and divide people, and it doesn't really help anybody. Like, I mean, how often do I really see them getting down on the ground level and going in person to actually assist communities and to go and provide for people and stuff like that? I don't see that. Like, I just see them try and push people up against one another. That's all I'm seeing out there.
Well, the one thing I've always wondered, this, if whether you got a YouTube channel or if you're a public athlete or any person in the public, why would you go political about anything? Because the moment you do, bam, there goes half your audience. So I mean, it's kind of stupid, really. It's like if you're a country music singer and you're going to say, I only like Democrats. Well, guess what? All the Republicans are going to not listen to you. I mean, it's kind of dumb. I just never did get that. Like, why would you throw yourself under the bus?
In terms of like speaking about them or being like embedded?
No, in terms of giving your own political opinion about it, about anything, really.
For me,
Um,
it's been evolutionary for me. Like I started out, don't judge me, guys. Let's say 3 years ago, I was still a blue no matter who Democrat, and because of stuff in the middle, I had no choice but to look behind the BS of the mainstream media, and I became a Trump supporter very slowly. And if you look back, like through my this is my original channel, you'll see me like covering the rallies and being all scared. And then because I read the facts and the truth, I was won over. So I do believe there's still people. This may be unpopular. Bernie Sanders shook up the DNC. Trump shook up the RNC. They were outliers. They were not career politicians, even though it could be debated that Bernie Sanders is. So that's why I respect at least those two, and Rand Paul and Ron Paul. Ron Paul got me started, period.
yeah.
Can I ask you a question though? Like, do you believe that we have the best minds at the forefront when it does come to government at the moment? Do you believe that, for example, for each type and for each sect of development within a country, that we have the greatest minds in that field at the helm? Do you believe that? You know what I mean?
We have the greatest minds at the forefront at feeding their own special interests. We have the greatest lobbyists at buying their own voices and representatives, therefore constituents. We have the greatest minds at enacting corruption.
There it is.
Great
That's
minds, but they're
exactly
all
it, man.
criminals.
100%, bro.
Yeah. Hey, Moose Man, I just want to tell you, man, I appreciate you coming to this stream, and you know you're welcome anytime. So.
Yeah, I want to give my compliments to the people being very candid about that. That is the entire reason that there was a split. We simply had a disagreement, and it's very sad that that was enough for him to abandon us. I still wish him all the best, but it was a bit heartbreaking, I will not deny.
Yeah.
People need to be better off with trying to agree to disagree and go on with it instead of it. Just because somebody don't take your word or you don't take their word doesn't mean you have to hate each other.
That's our mission statement. When we do Stuck in the Middle, it is to help reach across the aisle so we can. Here's my big thing as Progressive Patriot: find the unifiers. There's so many things that do unify us, and the dividers, they're all over the place. That's what the elite, the people in control, want us to focus on, so we can remain tribal. It goes farther back than Sun Tzu, divide and conquer. It's political theater. It's like the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. It's the Colosseum of Rome all over again. As long as you can be conscious of that, we're being played a fool, I believe there's hope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that whole mess was a distraction. I don't. What they do.
Biggest thing we got to do is get out there and vote. If we don't vote, then we
That's
might as
bottom
well
line,
just
Ron.
give up.
Give up, local level too. And we have
Yeah,
to
and
do
if-
something about, like, I'm in Florida, I'm in a red state. You can't vote as an independent in the primaries.
No, but if you're happy with the way things are, then don't vote.
I love Ron DeSantis.
Oh no, man! That's what I was trying to say at the very beginning of
That's
this
my
stream.
governor.
At this point, even though you know it's going to go your way, you can't sit home. Your voice has to be heard. This voice
Exactly.
has to be loud.
Yeah, you don't only just have to vote. You need to make them phone calls to them senators and your representatives and let them hear your voice of what your opinion is.
And get your neighbors to vote too.
Yeah.
Take them to the polls if you have to.
We got a
Why-
great governor.
Yeah,
Ron
Ron DeSantis,
DeSantis.
my favorite Republican ever. And I have gone door to door twice for separate primaries in a trailer park to talk about, whoever I was hoping for, because I believe in my person. I'm not a populist. I believe in what policy to advocate for, and then we act accordingly. Do I regret a lot of the donations that I sent because it went to Act Blue? Oh, God, yes. Got duped.
Nah,
Hey, Progressive, drop your link for yours and for Stan in the.
Oh, thank you. Absolutely.
I want
First
to get
off,
both of them. I got my own
YouTube.com.
channel, but I like going and listening to everybody.
If you want to laugh and you want to feel inappropriate about laughing, youtube.com/stuck in the middle. And then this channel, Progressive Patriot, which I've only recently been doing something solo. I don't have the authority to drop links, but perhaps in the comments when the stream goes down, I'll be more than happy to.
That or put it private in here.
Yeah, you can drop it in the private chat, man.
Oh, no kidding. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Rock on.
Yeah, man. One of the most irritating things I hear people say is I don't get involved in politics. And you're standing there like a dumbass, not realizing that politics is ruining your life. So you better get involved, or else you're going to suffer the consequences. I think
Yeah.
we're going to suffer the consequences anyway, but damn, we can go down fighting.
You are greatly impacted
Yeah.
regardless of your inaction. It behooves you. If you want to take any stake or pride in the fact that you're an American, this is why I picked the moniker Progressive Patriot. First off, the two things you don't expect to go together. I want to combat the narrative of a two-party system and divide. So I do believe in some things on a progressive policy, which is like better health care, and then I want to love my country again. So that's, and it was because of Cannabis Conservative and seeing the truth. Like, believe it or not, Trump getting effed over really got me active and heated. So, hence,
Well-
Progressive Patriot.
Well, I can actually add something that I'd really love to, which is that the US, I've always been extremely passionate about the United States. I always have been and I always will be. And I've got many reasons for doing so. I could sit here for hours and explain to you why I love America. I really, really do. Like, I won't do that right now, but if you ever have the time and you were curious as to why South African is so damn like passionate about the US, like I definitely like share that with you. What I will say though is this, is that never have I seen, aside for the last decade, have I ever seen like the US be so inwardly aggressive towards each other. I've never seen like, I know that it's not across the board, but it's just, it saddens the hell out of me when I see America beating itself up. Like, there's no other country in the world that beats themselves up the way that America does right now. Like, you guys hate each other. Like, there's so much hate. There's so much like separation. There's so much like why? Like, just stop being like so aggressive to each other and work as a country. Because it's kind of like embarrassing when you've got such a powerful and beautiful and incredible country, and you have the people inside it just consistently like badgering one another and just kind of like having infighting. How, you know what it looks, you know how vulnerable you look from the outside, and how it looks like whatever kind of like spread is being done to kind of have infighting, like, well, whoever's trying to perpetuate that is absolutely accomplishing what they're trying to do. When they're trying to make people in the US fight one another and be at each other's throats, like, that's not going to help anybody. All I want to see is people be like, you know, be happy with where they're at and realize how beautiful and amazing America is. And it is unfortunate. Like, I just hope in the future that Americans can start believing in their country again and realize that they have so much, like, that you guys are a huge example to the rest of us, like, who live out here in other third world countries and stuff as well. Like, go and live outside the US for a couple of years, and then you'll understand how precious and how beautiful that your country is. You know what I mean?
In there.
Yes, and I've always
Good
heard
advice.
And how lucky
America
and how lucky we are.
y'all fall.
Yeah.
You
I'll
like-
be right
yeah,
back, folks. Excuse me just a minute.
All right.
Absolutely.
No problem. Go ahead,
America
Progressive.
is supposed to be like this standard bearer, and I'd like to add a little spark of hope. Despite the obvious games that are played by the elite, by the powers that be, which is in their interest to have us divided, which if you listen to the mainstream media of our country, you will
I don't
absolutely
watch it.
believe we're always divided. But this, what I consider to be new media, which is, why did CNN Plus only last 6 months? Nobody pays attention to the BS anymore because we see it for what it is. Look at all the channels that have been birthed through free media, through our internet, the last bastion of free speech. So don't completely always believe that we're always at each other's throats, although the mainstream still has the popular vote, if you will. But as the generations
told
get a little
what to
younger,
say.
we might break that. We just
Yeah, they're
might.
told what to say. They have talking points at 3 o'clock in the morning. And every station says the same thing. I don't watch news no more. I have no TV. I do not even watch TV no more. I have my laptop, and that's it.
I gave up on the MSM, I don't even know how
Yeah.
many years ago, because I learned
Most of us don't.
They just want you afraid. And if you're afraid and you're angry, you're more susceptible to give up your rights and surrender control.
Yes, absolutely. And that's correct. And, I do have to go off to another meeting here in a moment.
Yeah, I got to go too.
In real life, in person. But what I will say before I jump off is that you're absolutely correct on that. And I think that, it is unfortunate that it is kind of portrayed as though you guys are at each other's throats, but that might not be always the case. And I think that that's beautiful to hear that you're saying that. I think that that's also the case as well, where things get inflated, and if it bleeds, it leads. That's why media that's negative is always carries across so much better. So 100%, man. And I definitely think that in the future there is a slow resurgence of that faith in the country. So I do think that we're going to the right place. And all I want to see is I don't believe make America great again as much. I know that slogan's out there, but I believe make America great. You know what I mean? Make the world great. Make the whole world a better place for everybody. And we're getting there by technology. We're seeing a reduction in people that are poor, that can't afford food at the moment, because via the innovations technologically through logistics, we're able to provide food to people that currently weren't able to get food anymore. So that's amazing. There's a lot of positive things. And also, if you look at the good things, every single year, we have so much more people that have access to clean drinking water. We have so much more people that have access to education. We have so much more people that are not living in extreme poverty anymore every single year, even through the last 2 years of events. But you know what? People don't want to think about that type of thing because when it comes to negativity, it absolutely will make people want to click on their article, click on that YouTube video, do whatever. They don't want to always be surrounded by how positive shit is really at the moment. That's all I'm going to say. I got to go. Go ahead, Chuck.
Have a great day, Guardian.
Watch the Trump rally. You'll see us how we
See you,
gather.
Guardian.
Positivity.
Make the
I'll
world
tell
great.
you, I'll tell you all good night, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for having me up, Tom.
Hey, Chuck, thank you for coming, man.
Much love, Chuck. Nice to meet you, Progressive.
Y'all come
Thanks,
see me.
Honor,
Bye.
pleasure. Please share your links in the private chat as well. I have work in 4 hours, so good night to you all.
Well, I'm retired, so
Yeah.
you enjoy your work day, Eli.
Oh, I will. I forced myself to do so. I've worked hard for this
Yeah,
promotion. Good
I'll
night.
drop it private for you. I can't drop it.
Please do.
See you, Eli.
Take care. All of you.
Here, hold on. Don't move. I'll drop mine in private. I can't drop it in the chat if you want it.
I'm going to keep private open for a spell. I'm just going to close out YouTube. And I'm going to mute myself. Good night,
Chuck,
gentlemen.
Later on.
have a
And
great-
ladies.
Much respect, Tom.
Hey, Guardian, thank you for being here, man. You know I always enjoy having you.
Always a pleasure. Bye-bye for now.
Good,
Bye-bye, all.
good talking to you, Guardian. Nice to see you again, bro.
I'm going to kill my
Yeah.
cam, but I got your links.
You're a legend, Chuck. Chat to you.
Just a fat old guy sitting in a chair. Usually I'm sitting on the edge of it.
Yeah, I'm always on the edge of mine, too, because you never know what's going to go down.
I guess.
Well, look, rescue is on now.
Yep.
And I'm starting
I'll
to get a
see
little
y'all over there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get me something to eat, and I might show up over there too. Brian, welcome, and everybody. I thank you so much. It just makes me feel so good every night I come on here and all you guys are here and
Well, thank you for
responding and
letting me up.
talking. And Crystal, good to have you. And yeah, all this other shit that doesn't concern me. So we'll just leave it at that. Let them
There you go.
boil in their own oil. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Well,
right,
I'm
I
gonna
agree.
wish everybody a good night, and thank everybody again. Resist always. Love you guys. Good night.
Bye, chat. Thanks for having me, Tom. See you.
Ron, be careful out there, buddy.